My game Pathfinder is really the first time that I've ever fully finished a project. I've made other games. I've spent the better part of the last decade maybe not releasing them, but trying to make games. And that's manifested in a lot of ways. Lots of small projects that haven't really gone anywhere. A couple of them I've shown here, and a handful of them I've released on itch in the last couple of years. Releasing the Pathfinder demo and realizing it was as simple as just making something and releasing it to the world was very eye-opening. I started doing things like game jams, and that was really good for kind of getting a feel for that and building a bit of a portfolio. School got pretty serious though, so game dev kind of took the back burner. Pathfinder was kind of my opportunity and sort of an excuse to get some game dev back into my life, working on the game for my thesis. That has now come and gone, and I'm still in school, but hopefully things will look a little bit different. But ideally, with no thesis at the end of the kind of road here, and a kind of different format as to projects and kind of transitions between the semesters, I think it'll be easier to manage content on the side and game dev. But that's kind of neither here nor there. I guess kind of what I'm building up to is I think that it does make sense to continue to try and connect game dev and content here on the channel. And that's sort of what this video is about. I want to kind of talk about what I've been up to on the streams, give you guys an introduction to that, but also kind of key you into my broader plan for this kind of whole ordeal and maybe get your thoughts on that. But otherwise, just kind of tell you about the master plan here. Right now, we kind of have the bones of like a hack and slash platformer roguelite kind of thing coming together. Um, it's pretty simple. We're just building like core gameplay systems right now, basic mechanics for the player, things like attacking, moving, simple XP progression, that sort of thing. I think in the next couple of streams, things will start to get kind of interesting. We can start making some cool art and some kind of, more fun mechanics. But that's been off to a great start. Got to interact with some of you guys and kind of build things based on your feedback and implement even like some of just your code, which was very cool. I'm excited to keep doing that. Whatever day this video goes live, you can probably look for a stream later on in the evening. So this game that we've made on stream has been really, really fun. This is kind of new territory for me. In the past, I've streamed on Twitch, and that was just games. I was also a lot younger. Things were different. Doing dev has been pretty cool. I'm definitely still getting things figured out. The first stream, we didn't have the chat working, and then the chat was working in the next one, but the music, I could hear it, but you guys couldn't, and I didn't realize that until the VOD came out, and so it was kind of a lot going on. But the general format's been working, and the response has been good, and so I'm enjoying that. Gonna keep going. I mean, so yeah, overall the stream has been really cool. I'm excited to keep working on this game. My plan is to kind of do this in kind of couple week stretches until we find something that really sticks. I think once we spend the equivalent of about 2 to 3 weeks worth of streams on a game, we'll kind of sit down and evaluate, like, is this going anywhere? Are we having fun with this? Do we like this idea? And then kind of move forward from there. I think that it'll give us enough time to kind of commit to an idea and explore it a little bit, but it'll stop us from just kind of like working on something uninteresting or otherwise, just not the goal. I think that'll be a good way for us to kind of spend a couple weeks at a time with an idea and then kind of assess if we want to keep working on it. If not, we can pivot and explore something else for a while. I think it'll be a good way to experiment with different things and, try and make sure that kind of anything for everyone gets a chance. I think it'll be a cool way to kind of pick up some new skills and stay sharp with different kinds of practices, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I mean, that's the kind of current state of the stream and the plan moving forward. I guess a little bit more about the game that we're working on right now. The tile set is super rudimentary. We have some basic floor tiles and like an idle animation for the player, but it's like a knight, kind of like, medieval theme as you'd expect for like a roguelite. I'm not sure how we're going to expand on that visually. We've talked a little bit about maybe doing some like time, so as you like level up and move forward in the game, maybe you move away from the medieval stuff, or maybe it starts to merge with, you know, more futuristic technology that could give it a kind of interesting language. It would almost end up looking eventually like Warhammer. It could be neat. We're only, you know, about 3 days in of actual work on the project, so it has lots of time to continue developing. But we're going to go for kind of Terraria style combat, so very simple kind of point and click directional stuff. And, you know, we're shooting for that same kind of customization as far as weapons. I think, you know, different weapons that conform into core archetypes but have unique offerings or kind of individual abilities or gimmicks will be fun. The plan is to do at bare minimum swords and magic, but maybe some bows would be interesting as well. I'm not sure. We'll probably end up doing different armor and stuff like that. We've already started, you know, discussing the segmented sprites and making sure that we have room to customize individual pieces of things. So I think it's going to be fun. I look forward to seeing what we come up with, and if any of that sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to check out the streams. I don't have like a fixed stream schedule yet. I apologize. I've talked about this in at least one other video now, and I still don't have like a solid schedule. It's always going to be after 8:30 Eastern, and for the next 2 weeks after this video goes live, it could be any day of the week. I haven't gone back to class yet. Once I go back to class though, it's honestly probably going to be more of the same. Once I have my class schedule, it'll honestly help me make a stream schedule a little bit more like in stone. But we're just gonna kind of have to play it by ear for now. I mean, with all that out of the way, this is kind of a bit of an update, a little bit of a check-in, but it's also kind of a devlog. So I just kind of wanted to throw this one together, get some footage of the game that we're working on, and kind of announce the stream a little bit more formally. Appreciate you for kind of taking some time to check out the video today, and I hope to see you in the stream sometime soon. If you liked what you saw here and you're new here, consider dropping a sub. I make content pretty much as frequently as I can. My goal is just to be kind of consistent over here, just kind of share information and get my ideas out there. Really nothing more, nothing less. Try and doing it at least 1 video a week. I'm shooting for 2. I'd like to stream at least once a week. But yeah, thanks for your time, and look out for another video sometime soon. I've been exploring the Regolith desktop on Ubuntu, and I'm honestly really enjoying it. This is going to be kind of a follow-up video to my Pop Shell video, which was not that great. But this one, I hope to make it a little bit better, a little more interesting, a little more thorough. And yeah, Regolith has been really cool, so that's going to be some content for my Linux people. And then after that, it'll either be some Godot stuff or some PinePhone stuff. Probably both. We'll just see, you know, what happens first. But yeah, thanks guys. I will see you next time.